What's up, guys? Coming to you, I want to talk to you about Harry Potter. So, I was like, okay, it's October. I might be a little bit late in the game, but we should talk about Harry Potter stuff. That'd be really cool. Slash, finally got Audible, and I was used my free book as for the Deathly Hollows. So, all the last couple of days, I've been listening to this book. Partially because I'm super slow and I just have never finished this book. And you're like, how in the world can you not have listened to or finished this book? But I'm almost there. I'm excited. Audible's not a sponsor or anything. That'd be really cool. Honestly, I would let them sponsor me for free if they gave me books to read or listen to. Anyways, I guess that's kind of what I'm doing now. They give me a free book and shout out. But anyways, so I'm also playing this Harry Potter game. It's called, let me look it up. Okay, I'm just gonna show it to you. It's like Harry Potter and Hogwarts Mystery. I've been playing it for a while now, and it's super fun. So you're basically this character that is now I'm playing it instead of doing the video. Here, I'll stop. Alright, so you're this character, and it's based like 10 years before Harry Potter shows up, so he's like a baby or something, and he's at least really young. So I haven't finished. You go through 7 years of school, and so it's basically between the time of Lord Voldemort's death and Harry's arrival at Hogwarts. So you're right in that time, and so it's really cool. You meet people like Tonks as a kid. You meet like Tonks is your grade. You meet Bill Weasley, who's like 2 years ahead of you. You have Charlie Weasley, who's your grade as well, and really fun, really cool. And you have this Draco Malfoy-like character who is your grade and hates your guts for no apparent reason other than you're not Slytherin. And and so you basically just go through this. And it's not my I really enjoy the game. If you haven't played it, it's a lot of fun. If you're a big Harry Potter fan, but there's a lot of story in it, which is really cool. Really cool. Just really furthers the Hogwarts mythology and stuff. Really cool. Some of the gameplay's okay, but the story's great. Anyway, so I wanted to do this video as the title. I know this is getting into it a little bit later. So I had to ask the question, what about Hagrid? And here's why. Because Hagrid is specifically mentioned in this game, sort of. Well, he's in the game, but you're helping the nurse, and she tells you, what's her name, Madame Pomfrey. I'm a terrible Harry Potter fan. I'm just terrible with names in general. Pretty sure that's her name. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, because I actually do care. I just am terrible with names. So you're helping her in the medical area, and I think it's year 4, which is where I am now. And you're about to go into the Forbidden Forest. That's kind of the plot of the 4th year. Spoiler. And there's a bunch of kids being bitten by, well, they're sleepwalking, and there was one kid who walked into the Forbidden Forest, and they got the kid before anything bad could happen, and brought him to the sick bay. Sorry, this is my it's probably called the medical wing or something. My like Star Trek and Stargate influences there, the sick bay. He goes to a hospital wing, and he's kind of unconscious. He's got like a spider bite. That's obviously a spider bite, but Madame Pomfrey doesn't know what it is because she's seen it before, but she doesn't know where it's from because nobody knows about the spiders except for Hagrid and maybe Dumbledore. Um, anyway, so she talks about uh, the first time um, uh, these started happening when Hagrid had his spider roaming around, um, and which is in the second Harry Potter book. Um, what's that called? I'm blanking on it now. Uh, it's the man. I'm blanking. I know it's the one with the basilisk. And anyways, so she talks about when the spiders come up, um, and the first time, and people were being bitten by Hagrid's spider. And she says that some of them, went into kind of like a coma and then eventually woke up. And then she's like, but some of them never did wake up. And I think she also talks about like later events where people wandered too far into the forest and people, kids were getting bit by spiders, um, and they just never woke up from that bite because she doesn't have the poison. And I'm just like, I love Hagrid. Hagrid's one of my favorite characters from the series. He's so much fun, hilarious, and done so well in the movies. Done so well in the movies. But I've always loved the character ever since I got into Harry Potter. And but I had to ask a question, like, we kind of see Hagrid as like this simple fool, like, but I mean, he's caused like a lot of problems for kids. Not only has he got, because of his spider, bringing it to Hogwarts, not only has he, um, Chamber of Secrets. I got it. Oh man, that's bad. That's really bad. I'm sorry, guys. Um, not only has he, endangered some kids' lives, but he's put some of them into a coma that they'll never wake up from because they don't have the venom of the spider. Although Hagrid could always get it, so we don't know for sure that some of the kids didn't eventually wake up. But at least for a while they didn't wake up, and I'm just like, maybe this character that we all love isn't as awesome as we thought. So I don't know, like. I love Hagrid and stuff, but that was a really dumb move for him to bring that spider. Argog, is that his name? I think. Again, terrible with names, so correct me if I'm wrong. Um, a really bad idea to bring him into Hogwarts. I mean, that's just put a lot of kids lives at risk, and yeah, so. So yeah, I know that there's other crazy things in the Forbidden Forest, like centaurs and other wild beasts that kill people. So it's not just the spiders, but I think you do have to deal with the fact that Hagrid has inadvertently been the reason that some of the kids didn't make it back from Hogwarts. Like, that's kind of a really sad thing to say. So, yeah, I mean, I still love the character. He's really great. But, yeah, moral of the story, don't bring deadly spiders that are going to take over the forest to school. So, especially putting them in a place where all the kids want to venture. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Now, of course, it's not his fault that the Chamber of Secrets was opened. It was Tom Riddle. It wasn't him. Spoiler alert, if for some reason you haven't read the books by now or watched the movies, I mean, come on, what are you waiting on? Yeah, I know you're like, you haven't read all the books yet. I've watched the movies. I know the story. And I'm loving listening to the 7th book. But I mean, still, like, it's not his fault that the Chamber of Secrets, so none of the kids actually died from him in that first book. But later, kids have gotten injured, possibly killed, because of his act of bringing the spider now. you could say it's not really his fault. He brought the spider. It didn't do anything while it was under his control, and then he released it into the forest. But still, like that, those kids wouldn't have died if he. Well, I don't know that they died. They wouldn't have gone into a coma and never come out of it, as far as we know, without Hagrid, bringing that spider to Hogwarts. So, just food for thought. I thought that was really interesting, and you may not take this video game as canon, and I don't know where it is. I think it's really interesting because I've been watching the channel. What is it? Super Carlin Brothers or something like that. Really love their channel. It's really fun, and they talk about all these Harry Potter theories, and it's really great. And interestingly, they talk about one of the theories they talked about was how Hagrid could be from Slytherin, and they argue against J.K. Rowling because of his origin, and how he's talked about in the book. So, really thought that was really interesting. Let me know what you think. I still love Hagrid, always will. He's really great. I don't think that he ever does anything intentionally, but I mean, seriously, he could probably, do some damage because of his lack of understanding, to take it softly. Um, but I love the character. He's got such a great heart. He's had such a troubled past, and he really wants to do the right thing. But it's probably not a good idea for him to hold secrets at the least. At the least. So let me know what you think. I'll catch you next time. Peace.